And one of the things that I really want to emphasize in this quick message is the power of obedience. The power of obedience.
What's happening, y'all? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, where we're bringing the village to the brothers. Every couple of weeks, you can look forward to a quick inspirational message or a thought-provoking guest with knowledge and wisdom, all geared towards helping you be the best father that you can be. We're bringing the village to you. Now it's your turn to do something with what you learned. All right, y'all. Let's go.
What's going on, fellas? This is Mike D, Mr. Double Down on You, your favorite personal development coach, with another episode of Black Fathers Now. Now, I hope this year has jumped off to the start that you need it to have. And if it has not, I'm going to challenge you to change it. I hope this year has started off in the way that you needed to. And if it is not, or if it has not, I'm going to challenge you to change it. And one of the things that I really want to emphasize in this quick message is the power of obedience. The power of obedience. There are a lot of us that just came into the new year, and we threw these New Year's resolutions out, and, we're talking about these new habits and these things that we're going to do continuously, make a habit of this and make a habit of that, and, stop this habit that might not be great in my life, and, all of that. I'm out here exercising, so you might hear me breathing a little bit heavily, but the thing is, when we think about habits and routines, yes, they are important. But when something becomes a habit, something becomes routine, what we end up doing at times is we default into this automatic functioning of something, and we no longer think about it. Now, those habits may lead to good health outcomes, the habit of exercise or the habit of eating certain things throughout the day or whatever, that might lead to good outcomes. But the reality is, we also have to be very mindful of being obedient to what it is we're called to do, to being obedient to what we're supposed to do in that specific moment. And truthfully, if we listen and we pay attention to that little voice inside, for me, I call it the Holy Spirit. I know everybody got different belief structures and all, but if we're obedient to that voice that's speaking to us, that voice might tell us that, yes, this habit that you're creating, you need to continue doing that over and over and over and over and over again. But there are times in which you are instructed that right now is not the moment for that particular habit. And I heard something the other day, and it was quite interesting, and it's been really playing in my head. And it said, do not value your schedule your values. And one of the things that spoke to me about that was this whole notion of really not being super rigid from a routine or habit perspective on things, but be more so rigid about what you value, right? And so for me, I value, my alone time with God. I value, time with my family. I value the movement and exercise. I value, creative content or inspiration. So I listen to a lot of podcasts and videos and watch YouTube stuff. I mean, I'm into that. Those are the things that I value. So I have to make sure that I schedule my values, but I am trying my best to not become dogmatic to a specific routine day in and day out, because each specific day brings its own challenges. Now, there is power in consistency, right? There is power in doing something on a routine basis. But what I'm also learning on a personal level as a content creator, as a podcaster, as one who does videos and yada, 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 one of the things that I understand is the consistency is of benefit to those that I'm serving, because they can build a level of expectation of, okay, Mike's going to drop a new podcast every Monday, or Mike's going to drop this on this day. They can build a level of expectation. That actually is for those that I serve. As it pertains to me, sometimes I need to be consistent. Sometimes I need to take breaks. Sometimes I need to space things out. Sometimes I need to put my head down and grind and get it, right? But all of that comes from me being obedient to that specific moment, to that voice that's inside of me, to that Holy Spirit moving inside of me saying, Mike, this is what you need to do. Go and do it, which may be aligned with my established routines or habits, or it may be completely counter to my established routines or habits. My thing, or what I am committed to, is being obedient to the moment, and being obedient to the Holy Spirit, and being obedient to what I need to do in that specific moment. Because the reality is, the history is gone. The future is unknown. What we have is this moment. And if we're obedient to the moment, we're going to get to where we're supposed to go. And we have to make sure that where we're supposed to go is aligned with where we're actually going. And sometimes that requires us to reestablish or relearn or unlearn or change some things up. But it's okay, because if you're consistently obedient to the moment, you're consistently obedient to that voice inside of you that's telling you to do something, and you literally act on that, I promise you, you'll be moving in the right direction. And that is a habit worth keeping. That is a habit worth building. That is a habit worth holding on to. Being obedient to the moment, being obedient to that little voice inside, being obedient to the Holy Spirit, being obedient to what it is you're supposed to do. And ultimately, that will never lead you astray. That might lead you into creating some habits that you do day in and day out. But either way, make sure every day that you check in and make sure that you're aligned with what you're supposed to do, and you're obedient to that. All right. Well, fellas, ladies listening too, because y'all like to tune in. I'm going to get back out to my exercise. There's actually snow outside on the ground here, which is, not overly common for my area of the country, but it's some snow outside. So I'm out here in this crisp air, getting some exercise in before the family gets up. But until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you. Peace.
Yo, fellas, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And always visit blackfathersnow.com, as well as follow Black Fathers Now on virtually every social media platform you can think of. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Just follow us and engage with us, man. Look forward to hearing from you. And I guess until next time, I'll holler at you. Peace.